Hello, good morning. Hi, Oscar. Hi, Byron.
Hey Alex,
Hi, how are you?
good.
Where are you from, Byron?
I'm from Quito.
From Quito.
Mhm.
Excellent. What about Oswaldo? Hi, Oswaldo.
Good morning, teacher.
Good morning. How are you? Where are you from, Oswaldo?
I live in
Are
Tulcan.
Tulcan. Okay, excellent. Tulcan. Very good. And Sanango. Hi, Sanango. Is it Sanango or Arelis? Maybe Arelis. All right, guys, welcome, welcome. My name is Alex, and I will be your tutor for today. And today is a speaking workshop. So today, we're going to practice speaking as much as possible. So if you have any questions, any doubts, you don't know how to say something, please ask, and I am always happy to help, okay? So let's begin here with the grammar practice. So this is the vocabulary for the possessives, okay? So when we're talking about the possessives, we can ask questions with whose. For example, whose bag is this? And then we're going to practice a little bit of pronunciation. Hi, Maria. Hello, Maria. All right, we'll go with Mr. Byron. Mr. Byron, let's repeat the first one. The first one is mm, my bag, mine. Go ahead and repeat. I think you're on mute, Byron. You have to activate the microphone. There we go. Nope, now you're on mute again. There you go. All right, let's repeat. My bag, mine.
My bag, mine.
Excellent. What about Vanessa? Hi, Vanessa. Can you please repeat your bag, yours?
Your bag, yours.
Very good. That was Vanessa, but that's okay. Thank you, Sarango. What about Vanessa? Vanessa, the next one says, his bag, his.
His bag, his.
Exactly. What about Oswaldo? Oswaldo, can you repeat? Her bag, hers.
Her bag, hers.
Perfect. What about Maria? Hi, Maria.
Hi, teacher.
Our, hi. Our bag, ours.
Our bag, ours.
And finally, Mr. Byron, the last one is their bag, theirs.
Their bag, theirs.
Okay, guys. So all of these possessive pronouns are used to replace the object of the sentence. So for example, if I wanted to ask, whose keys are these? Then we could respond by saying, they're mine, right? So we respond by instead of replacing the keys, we no longer have to use the object of the sentence, and now it's replaced by the possessive. So if I ask you, for example, let's see, Mr. Sanango. Mr. Sanango, if I ask you, whose glasses are those? So now I'm talking about those glasses, Mr. Sanango. Whose glasses are those?
Whose glasses are those?
Very good. But now we have to respond. So there, and then which one are we going to use? Are we going to use mine, yours, his, hers, ours, or their?
Theirs.
But those glasses, the glasses, yes?
Hmm?
The question is, here we have the question. Whose glasses are those? Their.
Yours?
Mine. In this case, because I'm asking you, Sanango. Sanango, maybe you can turn off the television. All right, I'm gonna put you on mute. Por favor, si podemos movernos a un lugar con silencio para que podamos participar, okay? All right, because I'm asking Sanango, whose glasses are those? We have to respond, they're mine, they're yours, they're his, they're hers, always with the possessive, okay? What about if I ask Luis? Hi, Luis. Hello, Luis. What about if I ask you about maybe these ones here? If I ask you, Luis, whose cell phone is this? We can use imagination. It's Hi, Luis. Luis Andrés Osorio Salazar. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. Recién me conecto, disculpe.
Perfect. So the question is, whose cell phone is this? ¿De quién? So now we have to answer by saying it's plus one of the possessive.
Is María. ¿Puede ser? It's
Oh,
María.
excellent. Yes, of course. Perfect. So let's change that here. Let's change. So you can say it's Maria's. And here, esta es otra forma de posesivo cuando tenemos apóstrofe S. Y está totalmente correcto. Pero hoy vamos a practicar los posesivos pronombres, que son mine, yours, his, hers, ours, theirs. So, si estamos hablando de María, ¿cuál sería el pronombre que le corresponde a María?
Hers.
Exactly, very good. So, it's hers, right? This is the possessive pronoun. Excellent. All right, guys. Now we're going to practice, okay? So let's erase, and everyone is going to get an opportunity to practice. So if you have a question, if something's not clear, please ask. Okay, so it says this is the grammar, and we're going to take turns, and we have to choose the correct one here. So guys, I want you to please remember this. Si quieren tomarle una captura, si quieren notarlo, vamos a utilizar los posesivos pronombres, okay?
Yes.
All right, let's go here. So let's start with A, number one. Let's see, Oswaldo, how can we complete number one, Oswaldo?
Excuse me.
Let's complete number one. Entonces vamos a elegir la forma correcta de who y la forma correcta de your. So who is this bag? It's What about Maria? Maria, how can we complete number one?
Who is this bag?
Excellent. So we have to use whose is this bag? And now we have to change your. So how do we change your?
It is yours.
It's yours. Excellent, Maria. So you can see, guys, this is the possessive pronoun and this is the question form. What about number two? Byron, how can we complete number two?
Yes, it's mine.
Exactly. So this one here, this would be mine. Perfect. What about number 3? Sanango, how can we complete number 3? We have to activate the microphone, Sanango. Is it Sanango or Arelis? ¿Cuál es tu nombre? Sanango or Arelis? You have to activate the microphone, okay? Activamos el micrófono.
Voy a cambiar.
Arelis, right?
No, Felton, sorry. Espérate,
Felton. Oh,
sí.
a surprise. All right, Felton. So let's just repeat number 3 because we don't have to change anything here. Let's repeat number 3. Vanessa, is this your phone?
Is this your phone?
Very good, Felton. Let's go with Vanessa. Vanessa, no, it isn't. I think it, and now we have to change the verb form.
No, it isn't. I think it. Dave.
So there sería plural si tenemos Pablo y María, pero solo tenemos Pablo, so it has to be one. So in this case, you can say his, right? For one person, you can say his, or we can just change the verb to third person. I think it belongs to Pablo. So maybe here we'll put his or Pablo. Recuerda que si utilizamos his, ya no tenemos el nombre, terminaría en his. Si cambiamos el verbo a tercera persona, agregando una S, ahí sí continuamos. It belongs to Pablo. Okay? All right. What about number 4? Let's go with number 4. Luis? Yes.
Yes. You're right. It's him.
Cambiamos him
No
para, vamos a cambiar him para,
¿Para Pablo?
aquí tenemos his, right?
Sí.
Exactly. So it belongs to, you're right. I think it's his. And now we can put here, his. Very good. All right, Luis. So let's repeat. Yes, you're right. It's his.
Okay. Yes. You're right. It's his.
Very good. And then when we translate it to Spanish, remember that his is the possessive, es suyo. All right, let's continue with Oswaldo. Oswaldo, what about number 5? How can we complete number 5? And these tissues,
And these tissues, are they yours tissues?
recuerda que your es siempre con la persona con quien estás hablando, entonces no pueden ser mías. So we're talking about Pablo.
His.
His sería
His.
una opción si la
Tissues?
oración termina, excellent Oswaldo. Si la oración termina aquí, are they his? Perfect. Pero como la oración no termina aquí y tenemos el objeto tissues, solo vamos a utilizar el posesivo apóstrofe S. So Pablo's. Pablo's. Like this, right? Recuerden que apóstrofe S también es posesivo, okay? All right. What about Maria? Maria, let's go with number 6. So, no, they're not.
No, they're not. I think they're his tissues.
Aquí no tenemos que cambiar nada, aquí solo leemos. No, they're not. I think they're Susie's tissues. Aquí ya tenemos posesivo, apóstrofe S. And we can continue here. Maria, really are,
Really? Are sure they're hers?
Very good. Are you sure they're hers? And we can put here hers. Excellent, Maria. Oops. Hers. And remember, it's just the S. And then finally, Byron, can you repeat? Yes, I think so.
Yes, I think so.
All right, guys. So please remember the different forms of the verbs. Let's erase here so you can see. We can repeat one more time. Remember my, let's put here. So we have my, mine, your, yours, his, her, hers, our, ours, their, theirs. Is this okay, guys? Any questions? ¿Alguna duda? ¿Alguna pregunta? Easy peasy, no problem. All right, so let's continue. Here you have the answers, and we can practice the pronunciation. Byron, can you read the first one? Whose is this?
Whose is this bag? It is yours?
Excellent. Felton? Yes, it's mine.
A ver, déjame ver aquí. It's.
It's mine, right? No tenemos que
Yeah,
cambiar
it's.
nada, solo estamos leyendo. Yes,
Sí.
it's mine.
Yes, it's mine.
Very good. All right. What about number 3, Vanessa? Is this your phone?
Is this your phone?
Very good. Luis? No, it isn't. I think it belongs to Pablo.
No, it isn't. I think it belongs to Pablo.
Excellent. Oswaldo? Yes, you're right. It's his.
Oh, yes, you're right, it's his.
Excellent. What about Maria? Maria? And these tissues, are they Pablo's tissues?
And these tissues, are they Pablo's tissues?
Excellent. And Mr. Byron? No, they're not. I think they're Susie's tissues.
No, they're not. I think they're Susie's tissues.
Excellent, guys. And finally, Felton, really? Are you
Really, are
sure?
you sure? A ver, really, are you sure they're hers?
They're hers. Excellent. And then finally, Vanessa? Yes, I think so.
Yes, I think so.
Very good. All right, guys. Remember, when we use the possessive, there's no object, okay? All right. So let's erase and we can continue to the next one. So here we have determiners. Let's begin here by reading the instructions. So we have this, that one, these, and those ones. Let's start by reading here. Luis, I like
that one with the pictures. It's like my study at home.
excellent. Guys, do you remember that when we use that one is something that is far? Like, for example, I like that one, something lejos, algo que está lejos, fuera de nuestro alcance. We use that one, and it's singular. And then when we have this one, algo que está cerca y está dentro de nuestro alcance. So that one, this one, that one, this one, okay? What about
Okay.
number 2? Oswaldo, let's read number 2. And here there's no right or wrong choice. You can choose either one.
I like this one.
Let's go with this one. I don't like.
I don't like this one.
So there's no right. Aquí no tenemos respuesta correcta o incorrecta porque no estamos señalando. Al momento de señalar, ahí sabemos si es singular, plural, cerca o lejos. ¿Ok? Por ahora solo estamos practicando las dos opciones. I don't like these ones, those ones with no chairs. They're too modern. Go ahead and repeat, Osvaldo.
I don't like these ones, those ones with no chairs. They're too modern.
Excellent, very good. So maybe if we look at the picture, we can possibly look at one of the examples. So let's take a look at the examples. Let's see. Here we have some of the examples. All right, so if we have some of the examples here, like for example, which one has chairs or no chairs? If we're talking about this one here, if we're looking at this picture here, what could we say about this picture? We could say, I like this one with no chairs, right? I like this one with no chairs. What about maybe Maria? What could we say about maybe this one? What could we say about this one here, Maria?
I like
I like, and then we have to choose singular, this, plural, these, singular, one, plural, ones, ¿ok? Tú puedes elegir cualquier de las cosas en la imagen, ¿ok?
I like that one.
I like that one. And then we have to give a compliment. Un complemento que nos indica de qué estamos hablando. I like that one with the blue cup, for example, right? And then here we can see that it's the one with the blue cup. We're talking about the cup.
With the phone.
Exactly. Excellent. Very good. So I like that one with the phone. Excellent, Maria. Very good. All right. And we probably don't need a comma here. What about Byron? Byron, you can choose any of the images, whichever one you want. Go ahead and think of an example.
I like this one telephone.
Excellent. I like this one. And then we can say, I like this one, the telephone. Let's repeat one more time, Byron. I like this one, the telephone.
I like this one, the telephone.
Excellent, very good. What about Felton? Felton, can you think of an example? Maybe we could do something negative. I don't like y algo plural. ¿Qué podemos decir de algo plural, Felton? I don't like those.
A ver, algo lejos. Picture. Lejos. Al
I
fondo.
don't like those ones. The pictures, right? In the back, if you want. You can say the pictures in the back. There's no right. These are only imagination, okay? Solo estamos imaginando. I don't like those ones, the pictures in the back. Very good. What about Vanessa? Vanessa, can you think of one example?
I like that one with the computer.
Excellent, very good. I like that one with the computer. Excellent, guys. So remember that para esta actividad no podemos señalar exactamente, pero normalmente los determiners, this, that one, these, and those, we have to signal. We have to say this one, that one, those ones, these ones. So we always have to signal. Is that okay, guys? Any questions? All right, let's erase and we can continue. Here, we have a little bit of grammar review. So let's talk about grammar review. It says, what are they doing? So this is the present continuous. And remember that for the present continuous, we have to use the subject plus, plus be plus the verb plus the ing form, okay? This is going to be the structure for the present continuous. So if we look at the picture, let's try to think of an example. We could say that maybe one of the players is drinking water, right? One of the players is drinking water. Can you guys think of an example using the present continuous from the picture? Let's see. Oswaldo, can you think of one example?
They are playing tennis.
Excellent, Oswaldo. They are playing tennis. Very good. What about Maria? Maria, can you think of an example?
He is smiling.
Smiling? Smiling?
Smiling. No,
Exactly. He is smiling. Like that, right? Smiling? All right. What about Byron? Byron, can you think of an example?
He's speaking with Carlos, for example.
Excellent. He's speaking with Carlos. Very good. What about Vanessa? Vanessa? What about something negative? Can we think of an example of a negative? So isn't, or maybe aren't.
They aren't. They aren't swimming.
They aren't swimming. Very good. Excellent. What about Luis? Luis, can you think of an example?
The fans are sitting.
Excellent, Luis. The fans are sitting. Very good. The fans are sitting. All right, guys. What about a question? Maybe, I guess the questions we can do next. Let's do one more example. Oswaldo, can you think of one more example? Maybe a negative example.
They are not they are not playing soccer.
Excellent. They are not playing soccer. Fantastic. All right, that was easy. Too easy for you guys. So always with the subject, the verb to be, and then the verb in ing for the actions happening at the moment. Is that okay, guys? Any questions? All right, let's erase and we can continue. Here we have a little bit more, and now this is going to be questions. So do you want to come to how can we complete these question forms? Excuse me, guys, 1 second. how can we complete these questions using the present continuous? Let's see if we can do this together. Number 1. Maria, how can we complete number 1?
What are you?
Very good. What are
You do.
and then here we just need the ing, right? What are you doing this weekend? What
Um,
about Byron? Byron, how can we continue? Number 2?
We're going to
Imagination.
imagination.
Yes.
We're going to a park.
Excellent. Very good. We're going to a park. No problem. All right. What about maybe Vanessa? Vanessa, who
Who is you going?
but for you, we have to use who are
Who are
always. And then the ing, right? So let's repeat. Let's repeat, Vanessa. Who are you going with?
who are you going with?
With. Very good. What about Oswaldo? Oswaldo?
Yeah.
I'm
¿Con quién?
going.
Oswaldo?
I'm going.
Excellent. I'm going.
Going with
Imagination. Okay. I'm going. When it's me, we can't use me as the object. We have to say, I'm going with, and then we have to use another person. Porque tenemos la preposición with, tenemos que incluir a otra persona.
My father.
here.
My father. My father. Very good. I'm going with my father. And then for questions, do you want to come? Do you want to come too? Very good. What about Felton? Felton, thanks, but
Thanks, but I going.
okay, we just need a complement. I'm going, and then what's the complement? I'm going. Where are you going, Felton? Imagination. You can say, I can't. I'm going to the doctors, right? For imagination. Anything. You can say anything. I'm going to the park.
doctor.
I'm going to the university. I'm going on a date. You
To
can
the
use
schools.
excellent. Very good. I'm going to the school. Let's change here. I'm going to the school. Very good. All right. And that is it. Okay. Next time, have
It's
fun.
fine.
So let's go back and let's practice a little bit of pronunciation. Luis, please repeat. What are you doing this weekend?
Okay. What are you doing this weekend?
Vanessa, we're going to a park.
We're going to a park.
Maria, who are you going with?
Who are you going with?
Byron, I'm going with my father. Do you want to come?
I'm going with my father. Do you want to come too?
I'm sorry, do you want to come too? Excellent. And what about Oswaldo? Oswaldo, thanks, but I can't. I'm going to the school.
Thanks, but I can't. I'm going to a school.
All right. And Luis, okay, next time, have fun.
Okay, next time, have fun.
All right, guys. So now we have to ask some questions. So for questions, remember we have WH plus B plus subject plus verb plus ing. Then we have the complement and we continue. So now we have to think of one example, guys. Where are you going on vacation? Right? So if I ask you guys, Byron, where are you going on vacation?
I'm going,
Imagination.
I'm going to Canoa Beach.
Canoa. Excellent. Very good.
Mm.
All right, guys. Everyone has to think of one question, okay? Think of one question using the structure WH, the verb to be, plus the subject, plus the verb, plus the ing, okay? What do you think, Byron? Can you think of an example? And then here, Byron, you have to put the name. So the name of the person you're asking. For example, Byron, where are you going on vacation? But now you have to think of your own example.
I don't understand. Teacher.
It's okay, Byron,
Yeah.
sorry.
Me
It's,
perdí.
let me repeat, okay? We're going to think of one question, okay? We have to
Mhm.
think of one question, but you have to say to your classmates. So you can say, Maria, what are you? Vanessa, who are you? Oswaldo, what are you? So we have to think of one question to ask our classmates, okay?
Okay. Vanessa, where are you going on vacation?
Okay, podemos cambiarlo también si quieren, okay?
Okay.
Vanessa, where are you going on vacation?
My vacation is house.
Okay, but remember we have to use the continuous, right? So I am going to stay in my house. Let's repeat, Vanessa. I am going to stay in my house.
I am going to stay in my house.
Very good. Or we can just say staying. I am staying in my house. The present continuous, okay? With the ing form of the verb. All right, Vanessa. Now you have to ask a question. Any question for one of your classmates. Una pregunta para otro compañero. You can say, when, why, maybe you can say how, who, and then we use the structure, just like we have here. Who are you visiting next week? When are you taking final exams? You can ask any question, Vanessa, okay? We'll go with maybe Maria. Maria, ready, Vanessa?
Why? mm, we-
Why? Why?
Why are students?
Why are you, siempre el
Es-
sujeto, studying? ¿Y a quién le quieres preguntar, Vanessa?
Byron.
Byron, okay? Byron, why are you studying?
Because I learning English.
Exactly, because I am learning English. Very good. What about Maria? Maria, another question. Think of a different question.
What? When?
Okay,
When are you meeting?
perfect. When are you meeting? Y solo falta un complemento. Meeting Shakira. Meeting your mother. Meeting Barack Obama.
When are you meeting? Novoa?
Okay. When are you meeting Novoa? Who are you asking, Maria? ¿A quién le quieres preguntar? Oswaldo, Felton, Luis?
Felton?
Felton. All right, Felton. When are you meeting Novoa?
When are you meeting Noboa?
And then we have I
Eh,
am.
Ayang meeting.
Or you can say Novoa. No problem. You can say Novoa
In morning.
in the morning. Nice. In the morning.
In the morning.
Puede ser
Excellent. Very
never.
good. It can also be never. Pero como es negación, la negación va antes. I am never meeting Noboa. Okay? Negaciones vienen antes. Very good. Excellent, guys. All right. What about maybe Oswaldo or Luis? Can you guys think of one question? What, where, when, why?
What are you doing now?
Excellent, Oswaldo. ¿A quién le quieres preguntar? Who are you asking? Oswaldo, who would you like to ask?
Maria?
Okay. Maria, what are you doing now?
I study.
I learning English.
I'm learning English. Excellent, guys. So remember, all questions, WH, the verb to be, plus the subject, plus the verb, ing, and then the complement, okay? Is that okay? Any questions? All right, excellent job, guys. Let's erase and we can continue. Here we are going to the simple past. So now we have to go to the past a little bit. Let's see. So, all right, let's take a look at the bottom, guys. So if I ask you the simple past, right? For regular verbs, we have play. In the past, we have played, right? These are regular verbs, but we also have irregular verbs, and irregular verbs change completely. For example, go in the present,
When.
went in the past. So here we have to take a look at the verbs that we have. We have be, become, buy, get, graduate, have, learn, meet, retire, and start. Okay? What is the past of be? Let's see if we can do it together. What's the past form of be?
What were.
Excellent. Was, were. Very good. What about the past of become? Excuse me, guys.
Become.
Become.
Excellent. Become, became, right? What about buy? What's the past of buy?
Bought.
Bought. Excellent, guys. Maybe we can do one more. Let's do one more. What about get? What's the past of get?
Got.
Excellent, guys. Got. All right. So because we're going to be practicing the simple past, please make sure to change the verbs into the simple past. So let's see if we can complete the activity together. My mom and dad. How can we complete number one? Maybe Luis, how can we complete number one?
A ver. My mom and dad. Went to the park.
But we have to say, my mom and dad, and then it has to match grandparents last year when my sister first baby.
Okay.
Entonces tiene que coincidir con
Okay.
la frase.
My mom and dad visited grandparents last year when my sister.
Tiene sentido.
Here,
Está perfecto. Visit, pero hay una mejor opción. Pero esto sí tiene sentido, Luis. My mom and dad visited, solo que faltaría my grandparents, y aquí no tenemos my. My grandparents visited my grandparents last year. So there's a better option. What could we say? Vanessa, what do you think? Maybe Felton? My mom and dad.
¿Puedo yo
Yeah.
intervenir? Sí.
Yes, go ahead, Luis. Yes.
Okay, my mom and dad were grandparents last year when my sister tuvo su primer hijo, el pasado de
Have had, right?
Ajá.
Excellent. La segunda sí, pero la primera sería this one here.
Become.
Excellent. Very good. My mom and dad became. Remember that became is, I guess in Spanish is llegaron a ser, right? So
Okay.
my mom and dad se convirtieron o llegaron a ser abuelos el año pasado cuando mi hermana tuvo su primer bebé, su primer hijo, right? All right.
Okay.
Excellent, Luis. Very good. So here we can erase become, and here we can erase have a baby. Okay. What about number two? Number two, how can we complete number two? Maria?
My mother.
My
not
brother?
Like, my brother not buy a car.
My brother didn't buy, where do we have buy? Didn't buy a car until his first job. Yeah, we could say, so my brother, guys, for the negation, for the past, we have to use
Didn't.
didn't buy. And because it's negative, el auxiliar cambia a pasado, pero el verbo se mantiene en su forma base. So my brother didn't buy his first car. Actually, there's a better choice. There's a better choice, Maria. What else could we say? Because here ya dice a car aquí. Entonces no vamos a repetir. First car, a car.
My brother didn't.
My
Buy
brother didn't. Y va a
buy a
ser
car.
otro verbo. Learn.
What?
Learn to drive. Okay. So it would be, my brother didn't learn to drive a car until he, and then what would be the second one? What do you think, Byron? My brother didn't learn to drive a car until he
Drive.
got, right? Until he got his first job. So here it's just got. So my brother didn't learn to drive a car until he got his first job. Very good. All right. What about number 3? How can we complete number 3, Osvaldo?
My cousin didn't start school.
Excellent. Didn't start. Very good. All right, guys. So let's practice pronunciation, okay? Let's practice the pronunciation. Felton, please repeat. My mom and dad became grandparents last year when my sister had her first baby.
My mom and dad became grandparents last year when my sister had her first baby.
First. Her first baby. Very good. All right, what about Byron? Byron, my brother didn't learn to drive a car until he got his first job.
My brother didn't learn to drive a car until he got his first job.
Excellent. What about Luis? Luis, my cousin didn't start school until she was 7.
My cousin didn't start school until she was 7.
Excellent. Very good. Now, guys, I'm going to ask you for one example. Can you guys think of one example? You can choose any of the verbs from the list and try to think of an sorry. So try to think of one example. Let's see. I was born in April, right? So we have the past of verb to be. Another example. I graduated from university in 2004. University. Can you guys think of one example using the past form? What do you think, Byron? Can you think of one example? from
Okay.
university. Luis, do you have an example?
I was in Guayaquil yesterday.
Excellent. So we use the past of the verb to be. I was in Guayaquil. Very good. What about Vanessa? Vanessa, can you think of an example? What about Felton? Felton, can you think of an example? You have to activate the microphone. Nope.
I was in Quito after.
You can say I was in Quito in the afternoon. In the afternoon, right? All right. What about Maria? Maria, can you think of one example?
I made my future, excuse me, in May.
Excellent. I met my future husband in May. Very good. What about Byron? Byron, can you think of an example?
Yes, I played soccer last weekend.
I played soccer last weekend. Excellent, guys. So remember, we have regular verbs and irregular verbs. Make sure to practice the different forms. And remember that when we use negative, the verb is in the base form. So didn't start, didn't study, always in the base form. Any questions? Is this okay? Awesome, guys. Let's continue. So here we have the next one. So now let's talk about some food. So for food questions, remember that we have two different forms. We have much is going to be uncountable, okay? And many is going to be for countables, okay? So we have much and many, something that you can count. Let's start with number one. Luis, how can we complete number one? How much or how many?
How many? No, perdón. How much cups of coffee?
No, you were right. Estabas bien, porque estamos contando las tazas, no el café, solo las tazas, right?
O sea,
right.
how much? ¿Sí?
How many? How many?
How many? Okay.
Let's
Fine.
repeat, Luis. How many cups of coffee do you have every day? Go ahead and repeat.
How many cups of coffee do you have every day?
Very good. So remember, guys, because we're talking about cups, cups is countable, but coffee is non-countable. But we want to focus on cups and not necessarily coffee. What about number two? Oswaldo, let's go with number two. Do you
How much?
let's complete, Oswaldo. Do you think you drink?
Mm,
This one here.
Much?
Yes, much. Pero vamos a repetirlo todo. We have to practice complete sentences, guys. So, do
Yeah.
you think
Do you-
you drink too much coffee?
You think you drink too much coffee?
Excellent. Very good, Osvaldo. What about Vanessa? Vanessa, do you have a sweet tooth? Please repeat.
Do you have a sweet tooth?
Very good. And then we have to answer. We have to complete, Vanessa. How much or how many?
How many cakes and cookies do you eat?
Excellent. Very good. What about Felton? Felton, do you
think you add too many sweet, much sweet things?
do you think you eat too much or too many sweet things? Very good, Felton. So because we're talking about things, we can see that this is plural, right? One thing, many things. So we're talking about many things. All
Okay.
right. What about Maria? Maria, how can we please repeat here? Do you have a healthy diet?
Do you have a healthy diet?
A healthy diet. And then we have to complete, Maria. Name.
Name some of the healthy things.
Perfect. Name some of the healthy things you eat every day. Byron, let's repeat. What unhealthy things do you eat?
What unhealthy thing do you eat?
Excellent. All right, guys. So let's practice. Let's ask the questions to each other. Byron, what unhealthy things do you eat? Do you eat anything unhealthy, Byron?
Vegetales.
Um,
Eat.
yes, I
Fritada.
No.
Some
hamburger.
hamburgers. Very good. So we can put here, I eat hamburgers. Very good. All right. What about, guys, choose one of the questions. I want you guys to choose one question. Elige una de las preguntas y vamos a preguntar a los compañeros, okay? Luis, how many cups of coffee do you have every day?
¿Repito la pregunta o contesto? Disculpe.
You're going to answer. Answer the question. Responder.
I don't know drink the coffee.
I do not or I don't drink coffee. Very good. I don't drink coffee. Very good. All right, Luis, tienes que continuar. Elige una pregunta y vamos a preguntar un compañero. Ask a classmate.
Okay. What unhealthy things do you eat? Osvaldo.
Okay.
Repeat, please.
What unhealthy things do you eat?
Unhealthy. What unhealthy things do you eat?
I eat mm, yeah,
Sorry? I eat
fish.
fish. Okay, but fish, guys, remember unhealthy? No saludable. I think fish is healthy.
Okay.
Maybe you could say, so I eat, la podemos poner unhealthy. So you could say, I eat fried fish. Ahí sí, right? Chicharrón de pescado.
Thank you.
All right, so I eat fried fish. What about Vanessa? Vanessa, can you think of one question?
Realizo la pregunta.
Yes.
Em, do you have a sweet tooth?
For who, Vanessa? Oswaldo, Byron, Maria, Felton?
Luis,
Okay. Luis, do you have a sweet tooth?
Yes, yes, I am.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do, right?
Yes.
Excellent, guys. All right. So these are the determiners, much and many. Any questions, guys? Is this okay? All right, let's erase and we can continue. Now we have to talk about if and when, okay? So I want you to repeat. Mr. Felton, please repeat. It says, when do you go on vacation? I'm sorry, when you go on vacation, do you prefer to stay close to home or travel far away? Why? Go ahead and repeat, Felton.
When you go on vacation, do you prefer to stay closer to home or travel far away? Why?
Very good. So now, guys, we have to answer the question. So if I, if I am on vacation, now you have to answer. Or you can say, when I am on vacation, and then we complete. So we can say if and when at the beginning or the middle of the sentence, okay? At the beginning or the end of the sentence.
Okay.
So let's try to think of examples. Felton, do you prefer to stay close to home or travel far away?
Repeat, por favor, no escuché.
Okay, I'll give you an example. My example is I prefer to stay close to home when I am on vacation, right? And what we're practicing, vamos a practicar el uso de when o if para expresar una condición, okay? So which one do you prefer, Felton? Do you prefer to stay close to home or travel far away? Stay close to home or travel far away? I prefer, yo prefiero,
Stay closer to home.
I prefer to stay close to home. Very good. Y recuerda que vamos a utilizar when or if, right? So I prefer to stay close to home when I am on vacation. What about Maria? Maria, do you prefer to stay close to home or travel far away?
I stay close to home.
I stay close to home. Very good. Let's go with number 2. Byron, number 2. If you have a free weekend, do you usually stay at home or go on a short trip? Why? Let's repeat.
If you have a free weekend, do you usually stay at home or go on a short trip? Why?
Very good. And now you can answer, Byron. What do you think? So if I have a free weekend,
If if I have a free weekend, I prefer go on a short trip.
Excellent. Very good. Excellent, Byron. Very good. I prefer to go on a short trip. What about Luis? Luis, if you have a free weekend,
Um, if I have a free weekend, I go on a short trip.
very good. If I have a free weekend, I go on a short trip. Very good. Let's practice when, guys. We can also practice when. So when
Che,
I have, yes.
una consultita, y en este caso, el if, ¿qué significado tiene?
El if se traduce a dos letras, sí. Entonces, if es igual que sí. Sí tengo un libre fin de semana, right? So if, sí.
Okay.
Y when, cuando, right? Cuando tengo un libre fin de semana. All right. All right, guys. Let's do one more. Let's do the next one. What about this one here? Vanessa, please repeat. What transportation do you prefer? Train, car, or airplane when you travel long distances?
What transportation do you prefer? Train, car, or airplane? When you travel long distance, why?
Very good. So let's try this. I prefer when I travel long distances, right? So let's complete the sentence. Vanessa, which do you prefer? Do you prefer car, airplane, or train when you travel long distances?
I prefer car.
When I travel long distances.
Travel long
When?
distance.
Excellent. Guys, recuerden que estamos practicando el if y when. Si viajo, cuando viajo, okay? When and if. What about Maria? Maria, which do you prefer?
I prefer airplane if I travel long distance.
Very good. What about Felton? Felton, which do you prefer? There you go.
Se podría decir también, I like to travel long distance.
Yes. Solo que no estuviéramos usando el if y when. I like to travel long distance when I am on vacation. And then you can say it like that, right? Así utilizamos el when or el if, okay?
Thank you.
All right, guys. So that is if and when, and we have one more. What about the last one? Byron, can you read the last one? What do you
If the weather's bad when you're on vacation?
What do you do if the weather's bad? So now we have to think of an example. If the weather is bad, what do you think, Byron?
If the weather's bad, I prefer stay in my house.
Excellent, Byron. I prefer to stay in my house. What about Luis? Luis, if the weather's bad, or when the weather's bad,
If the weather is bad, I prefer to stay at my home.
excellent. I prefer to stay at home. All right, guys, it's nothing difficult. Just remember, al principio de la oración o en el medio de la oración, no tiene diferencia, okay? I stay home when the weather's bad. When the weather's bad, I stay home. Doesn't matter in the middle or at the beginning, okay? Any questions, guys? Is that okay? Perfect. All right, let's go to the next one. The next one is giving reasons, 4 and 2. So guys, here we have 4 different sentences. 2 sentences are correct and 2 sentences are incorrect, okay? So let's see if we can identify which ones are correct and which ones are incorrect. Let's go with number 1. Felton, please read number 1. I take a lot of taxis. Let's go with Vanessa. Vanessa, I take a lot of taxis.
I take a lot of taxi to work for get from A to B in the city.
All right, guys. So think about it. Is that correct or is that incorrect? Think about it. What about number 2? Oswaldo, I drop off my son.
I drop off my sons at the bus stop as usual. Then he took the bus for go to school.
Then he took the bus for go to school. Very good. All right, guys. Correct or incorrect? Please think about it. Then we have number 3. What about number 3, Maria? I took
the train for a job interview
interview.
downtown and a taxi to get to the office itself.
Perfect. All right, guys. Right or incorrect? What about the last one, Byron? Yesterday,
I visited my grandma for her birthday. It was very far, so I had to change buses to get there.
excellent. All right, guys. So I want you to think, is it right or incorrect? Let's go to number 1, guys. Number 1. How can we complete number 1? Is this correct or incorrect? What do you think?
Correct?
This one is incorrect. We can't
Incorrect.
use for, okay? They would have to say
Get.
to get, right? To get to, or to get from A to B, right? What about number 2? Luis, do you think number 2 is correct or incorrect?
My son at bus stop usually. And I love the football.
Let me give you guys
Correct. It's correct.
one piece of advice, okay? It's incorrect, but let me give you guys a piece of advice, okay? 2 plus a verb, and then we
Okay.
have 4 plus a noun, okay? So 2 más un verbo, 4 sustantivo, okay? All right, so this one here, What do you think, Luis? Correct or incorrect?
The number 2
Yes,
is incorrect.
it's incorrect. Excellent. Very good. So we have to use to get, right? Or to go, sorry, to go to school. What about number 3, Vanessa? Number 3, is it correct or incorrect?
Correct.
It is correct. Very good. What about the number 4? Maria, number 4, is it correct or incorrect?
Correct.
It is correct, right? So we have correct, right? So just remember, guys, when we have the to plus a verb, for plus a noun. This is very difficult because in Spanish, when you translate it, to, para, or para. So what's the difference between 2 and 4? It's exactly the same, but the structure is different, okay? Any questions, guys? Is that okay?
Okay.
Awesome. Let's erase. We're almost done, guys. Almost done. A little bit more and we finish. The next one is comparatives. So for comparatives, we're going to use more or less. How do we make the comparative form of an adjective? So remember that the comparative form is going to be adjective plus ER. For example, bigger, maybe smaller, maybe faster. So all of these are comparatives, adjective plus ER, except when we have big adjectives. When we have big adjectives, 2 or more syllables. So here we have, this is colorful. This is 2 syllables, colorful. So here we have to use more or less. For example, we could say that, let's do this. A is more colorful than B, right? So let's see if we can come up with some examples by looking at picture A and picture B. Maria, can you think of an example?
¿Está bien el ejemplo?
Yes?
No.
No, yes.
No.
It's correct. A is more colorful than B. Here we have A, here we have B. Because it's a big adjective, we have to use more, right? More colorful. This is the comparative, okay? Can you think of a different example? Another example, Maria.
Yes.
Otro ejemplo.
Yes.
A isn't more elegant than B.
A isn't more elegant than B. Excellent, Maria. Very good. What about Byron? Byron, can you think of an example?
B is more fashionable.
Fashionable. Fashionable.
Fashionable. Yeah.
Very good.
Fashionable than A.
Excellent. Fashionable than A. Very good. Excellent. What about Luis? Luis, can you think of an example?
B is more formal than A.
Excellent. B is more formal than A. Very good. What about Osvaldo? Osvaldo, can you think of an example?
A is less formal than B.
Correct.
A is
Less formal.
yeah, you could say less formal. A is less formal than B. Very good. Excellent. What about Maria? I'm sorry, Vanessa. Vanessa, can you think of an example?
B is mother, is more mother than A.
B is more modern than A. Very good. All right, just imagination, no problem. All right, what about, let's do one more example. Maria, can you think of one more example?
B is let's all A.
Okay, very good. So about the person, right? The person. So B is less. Oh, so guys, so here we have, all right, so here we have, so B is younger than A. Or you could say A is older than B. Remember, for small adjectives, we have to use the ER, okay? Only for the big ones, we have to use more or less. So here, let's put 2 or more syllables, okay? It has to be 2 or more. Any of the small ones, we have to use ER. Any questions, guys? Is that okay? All right. Let's erase and we can continue. All right, so let's continue with the comparisons. Let's look at picture A and picture B. For example, let's read the example here. Osvaldo, please read the example at the bottom. It says, A looks like a
Looks like a more expensive store, and the clothes seem more fashionable.
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 Very
Fashionable.
good. What about example number 2? Luis, example number 2. I think
B sells cheaper clothes, but people and store B might be friendlier.
friendlier. And guys, remember that close is going to be pronounced exactly the same as the verb close. So close, 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 exactly the same, okay? And this is friendlier. All right, guys, so let's think of an example. Let's think of an example. Maybe B is more popular than A. Can you think of an example, Byron?
Yes, I think that B is more modern than A.
Excellent. It's more modern than A. Very good. Maria, can you think of an example?
I think that B expensive to the clothes.
B is more expensive?
The clothes.
Yep, but remember it's B is more expensive or has more expensive clothes than A. We're comparing A to B, B to A, okay? Very good. What about Vanessa? Vanessa, can you think of an example?
I think A
A is, and it doesn't have to be exact, guys. No tiene que ser exacto. You could say bigger, smaller, newer, older, maybe crowded.
Bigger.
Bigger, you could say bigger. So which one is bigger? Vanessa, is A bigger or B bigger?
¿Cómo me dijo?
Bigger. So which, you could say, which store is bigger, A or B?
A.
Okay, so you can say A is bigger than B, right? A is bigger than B. All right, guys. So just remember, these are the comparatives, ER or more or less. All right. All right, we have one more, and the next one is the superlatives. So for the superlatives, now it has to be the EST. So for example, we're no longer going to use ER. Now we're going to use EST. So let's practice. For example, let's see. The man is, or maybe the man has the longest hair, right? If we're comparing here, we can say that the man has the longest using EST, hair. So remember that for all of these adjectives, we're going to use the EST to create the superlative. Then we can use some of the vocabulary down here to say the woman with the dark hair, the man with the dark beard has, and then we can say the longest, the biggest, the tallest, etc. So let's think of one example. Byron, can you think of one example? I can't hear you, Byron.
Example with the woman?
No, it doesn't have to be the woman. It could be any example. It could be the man, the woman.
The group? The group
Okay.
is the younger?
Youngest.
Is the youngest.
Excellent. The youngest. Very good. So the group is the youngest. Absolutely. You can even say they. They are the youngest. The group is the youngest. Excellent, Byron. What about Maria? Maria, can you think of an example using a superlative?
The friends is funny. Funniest.
Funniest. The superlative. Remember, we have to practice here the superlative form with EST. So maybe we could say, but let's choose one. So we could say the man with the hat is the funniest. Go ahead and repeat. Maria, can you repeat?
The man with the that is the funny, funny,
Fu-
funny.
Fun, funniest, funniest.
Yes.
Very good. And now we're saying that he is, right? Él es el más chistoso. Cuando utilizamos el superlativo, siempre con the y con est, est, right? All right. What about Oswaldo? Oswaldo, can you think of an example? Maybe another example is the woman with the blue shirt is the maybe the oldest. She is the oldest. So the woman with the blue shirt is the oldest. What do you think, Oswaldo? Can you think of an example?
The woman with the blue shirts is the oldest.
But that's my example. Otro ejemplo. What about Luis? Luis, can you think of an example?
My friends is the shortest in your family.
In his family, right? So my friend is the shortest in his, porque es su familia, his family, right? Go ahead and repeat. My friend is the shortest in his family.
My friend is the shortest in his family.
Excellent, very good. What about maybe Vanessa? Vanessa, can you think of an example?
The woman with hair, cabello amarillo, hair yellow,
Blonde, the blonde hair.
is the youngest.
Youngest.
That's what-
Excellent, very good. So the woman with the blonde amarillo is blonde. So the woman with the blonde hair is the youngest. Excellent, Vanessa. All right, guys. So this is very, very important because we have superlatives, EST, and we're only talking about one person or one group. And then we have comparatives, which is always going to be comparing to A to B. And this is just one thing. So let's practice and let's try to complete this together. It says, put the adjectives in parentheses in the superlative form. So let's go here and see if we can complete. Maria, how can we complete number 1?
Solo con la palabra que está en paréntesis.
Pero vamos a poner EST si es un adjetivo pequeño. Vamos a ponerlo así. Adjective plus EST si es un adjetivo pequeño. Si es un adjetivo largo, 2 o más sílabas, ahí tenemos que poner the most or the least. Pero creo que no vamos a utilizar esto aquí. Okay.
The most beautiful age.
The most beautiful eyes. Very good. So the most beautiful. Perfect. Beautiful. All right, let's repeat, Maria. The most beautiful eyes.
The most beautiful eyes.
Perfect. What about number 2? Luis, how can we complete number 2?
The most big bird.
Big solo tiene 3 letras,
Bigger.
es solo un sílabo, biggest. So the biggest
Okay.
beard, right? Remember that bigger es comparativo. Esto es cuando estamos comparando dos. Cuando utilizamos EST es cuando solo hay uno, el más largo, ¿ok? O el
Okay.
más grande. All right,
Okay.
number 3. Byron, how can we complete number 3?
Yeah. The most makeup.
But not the most. It's we have to use
The most
the
cool. The most
coolest.
cool makeup.
Excellent. The coolest.
Coolest.
The coolest makeup. All right, Vanessa, number 4. Curly.
The most curly hair.
Ok, hay una excepción, y esto es muy importante que lo sepan, que cuando tenemos 2 o más sílabos, siempre vamos a utilizar most o least. Pero si termina en Y, en Y, ahí es una excepción, y ahí solo le cambiamos la Y a una I y agregamos EST. So, the curliest. Esto es una excepción. A pesar de ser 2 sílabos, termina en Y, tenemos que poner una IEST, ¿ok? The curliest. What about Oswaldo, number 5?
The darkest hair.
The darkest hair. Very good. What about Maria? Maria, number 6.
The family's smile.
Perfect. Perfect. The friendliest smile. Very good. Byron, number 7.
The clothes.
Esto es una
the-
trampa, Byron.
Sí.
Esta es una trampa porque es irregular y cambia por
Good.
completo.
The most, no.
Este cambia a the best, ¿ok?
The best. Yeah.
Vamos a poner aquí los irregulares. Bad es irregular. Good también es irregular y no siguen las reglas normales. Bad se convierte en worst y good se convierte en best.
Best.
¿Ok? En comparativo, bad is worse y en superlativo worst y comparativo of good is better y superlativo is best. Estos son los únicos 2 adjetivos que tienen que memorizarse que no van a seguir la estructura de ER o EST, ¿ok? Good and bad. All right, and then we have one more. Luis, number 8. How can we complete number 8?
The most interesting jewelry.
Jewelry, very good. The most interesting jewelry, very good. The most interesting jewelry. All right, guys. Any questions between comparatives and superlatives? Is that okay?
Okay.
All right, guys. Practice, 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 okay? So that is going to be it for today. Thank you so much for attending.